Blessings to you, my energetic beings, and welcome back to the Musing Moon Meditation. This Musing Moon is dedicated to the star that we all are, as we are at a crossroads, 2 full moons in 1 season, 1 month. The Spiritual Walk of Fame highlighting our sun sign, the star that we are. You are the sun. You are a Leo with an ingredient of another star. Blessed to bring your medicine, your personal star to the planet at this time. Gift and purpose is at the precipice of divine timing. Arriving on Wednesday, the 16th of August at the Mind's Degree 23. Shifting gears, 5:38 Eastern, 4:38 Central, 3:38 Mountain, and 2:38 Pacific, all AM. Check your timeline when she apexes for you. So the solar plexus, courage, confidence, activating our soul's harmony.
Inshallah and Ashe, as always, Divine Will's blessings to you and for you, along with some arigato, some gratitude, just really pushing and paying it all forward. We have really excelled beyond the spirit to spirit to spirit, hitting the galactic portal. Are we going to take my show beyond those elven numbers? If you are in, please go ahead and hit that white rabbit, the subscribe button on this day of heartfelt understanding, knowing that you belong, listening in and tuning into my show, my meditations, and all the things. I am Divine Heart, committed to really take my show beyond those infinite numbers, beyond 1,000 subscribers, especially in the season of Leo, really making it become real, landing in our reality by the end of August as we journey into reality, the season of Virgo, just really splashing in and making it real. I believe Virgo is the ultimate queen of hearts. So go ahead and help a steward of the universe out. Grateful for all the shares, the cosmic love, quality over quantity, and go ahead, sharing the excitement with your friends and hit that white rabbit. It truly is the only way to guarantee that we're going to get this nutritional quotient that our soul deserves. So the new moon in Leo is definitely on the highway, the Musing Moon meditation. Also coming soon, the Virgo Sacred Spirit Circle, that meditation. But I bought the Candomblé, the voice divination of poetry into this moon meditation for the Leo new moon. So as we're kind of feeling our heart's desires, moving into the last phase of the Leo season, the new moon is on the horizon. So feelings really are the ingredient. They're like the main stage ingredient of what it feels to feel the joy molecules, the love, and feeling into the future, following the moon and gravitating towards it, connecting to the universal streams that really begin to flow into the future. Universal streams, the heavenly universe. And I believe we cycle through these phases kind of as a return to our heart's opening of that childlike wonder, in this case, the season of Leo. So you may feel the path that your heart's headed towards, or a course correction and filling into that, possibly a heart journal, a heart-to-heart conversation, desires of our heart. Possibly you're feeling them. You may feel the alchemy of your desires transforming, like adventures, feeling like adventurous, being out on the highway and feeling the desire of your own heart. Begin the vision, envision the dreams, and just prepping us for these new moon intentions. So feeling the excitement, the pure joy, the joy molecules percolating. Do you believe in the vision, the dream that your heart's ready to embark upon? Have you been having dreams? Have you been having visions? Really getting into the unfamiliar. Do a vitality check-in. It's kind of a prelude as we're blending our feelings, the sacral, with our heart's desires. Those are kind of the main stage ingredients here. But what does this feel like? What does love feel like? When passion really ignites that inner heart flame. I would even bring in the violet flame. Do you believe in your heart? Do you believe in your heart that it's actually possible? Does it feel passionate about the dream? Do you really ignite that flame? Innovating a spiritual conduit, fate and faith, boundaries, reality manifesting, coming into the earth plane. Words become real with Mercury and Virgo. It's kind of an asset, so choose wisely. And you may become hyper aware that your feelings that you're feeling today and throughout the week. Are you trying to communicate telepathically? Is there an inner feeling inside of you that's trying to voice itself to be heard? Possibly an important message, signs, symbols from the rest of your soul, the soul's harmonic. Do what you can to observe them and possibly alter your boundaries to protect yourself moving forward, flowing forward. There's a lot of information that kind of streams in, but only our feelings can really communicate all of it. So feeling it out, know your passions. Passion always fuels, ignites the fires, the power of love. So with that, my name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And of course, again, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do go ahead and hit that white rabbit here on YouTube, where I'm streaming Tanya D, of course. But I also do have Musing with Tanya D podcast. If you haven't subscribed yet, I am going to be accessing that actually on YouTube. But we do have the Heart Center, our love channel, the relational empathy. Have you tuned into the Leo Sacred Circle meditation? What is your divine love story? How you love yourself is how the world outside of you will actually ignite and love you back. It's the divine pour in receivership. And again, before I muse further, let's give a shout out to my village. It's growing, excelling, the tribe. Beyond excited. Obviously, you can feel that. Just grateful and blessings to you and for you. New peeps entering the village, the show, the community, subscribers and all. I really just love to give a validation, a voice of acknowledging and gratitude. Thanks for paying it forward. New friends and guests, again, welcome to the show. I truly am authentically heartfelt. I want to magnetize and monetize truly a love field of really angelic subscribers for my show, igniting change to my channel. I do have a podcast dedicated to Raziel, actually in the show notes, Leo season. It's really about what our heart loves and rising like the sun, imagination, hitting those angelic numbers of subscribers. It's a loving feeling. It's a freeing feeling valued. The elves, the cantomblés, the wetamies, the genies. I truly am all about options, but the elves, the elven numbers, stay curious, and definitely went beyond those goal stories, taking my show to those elven numbers. So again, share with your friends, like-minded groups and whatnot. It really does take a tribe, a village beyond like-mindedness anymore, right? But it's the choreographing, it's the stage, changing the way that we see the world, and the world around us changes, and the world is definitely changing. And of course, let's give a shout out that those have been a part of my journey since the beginning, or those that do tune in on the replay, whatever timeline you're on. I know that happens. So again, ashe and blessings to you and for you. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, a comment if you do feel like you do need a message for your day to get you on your way. Sharing is just another way of really paying it forward. It's like a blessing bank. But you could also find me on TikTok, and I do need also those elven numbers of followers because I want to go live there throwing the cowrie shells, the bones, the stones. And I'd love to throw the shells there, but you have to have 1,000 people. You could also find me on YouTube Shorts, of course. Thanks again for sharing and loving and sharing and saving all those, by the way. Just remember, I am your otherworldly shamanic reflecting assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do need an otherworldly life coach assistant, a spiritual therapist, if you would, myself included, to really get us out of our own magical way so that our starlight shines even brighter. And the daily snippet, which is now turned into a weekly show, actually, or a random show. So what is this really about? I like to bring in the elemental, the cosmic insights, the planets, doing their dance in the galaxy. And by design, I do follow the moon's energy, the lunar energies through the seasons and also the gates. And being in the season of Leo, this really is about being heart-centric. It's connected to our sacral, our emotional empathy channel. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take my Change Your Stars quiz and find out your intuitive gift order, psychic ability. We all have them. The 4 pillars of Chinese astrology of destiny. I really clue into this. Elementally, energy centers and pathways, they're all choreographed together. They all do their dance. And as a reflector, I'm always asking myself, is this the right time? Am I with the right people, in the right place, with the right people, or whatever's happening, or what am I seeing that nobody else can see? That happens frequently. And what's the movement that I am creating? What is the solution that I'm creating within the movement, within the flow? So again, if you are curious how you too can use the elementals off grid or on this grid, you can still activate the Rising of the Origins portal to really inspire or open your eyes to a higher perspective that you may not have seen in them. But the key truly is in trusting our intuition. So go ahead and take my quiz, Change Your Stars, if you are curious about your intuitive gifts. Some of them literally may just be out of this world. They light outside of the bodies very differently. They're a different stage in cleansing our auric field, the etheric body, the etheric highway. That's kind of what I go off of. But I do follow the moon as a reflector through astrology, the seasons and the gates, and just journaling with the moon. During the season of Leo, of course, though, our heart is online. And again, if you're new to my show, the heart center activates during or around ages of 4.5 to 6.5. So our heart's online as we are in the stage of our life. And I think we reverse back to that and kind of filter through it as time moves forward. But the heart is the center of love, relationships, relational empathy. Love is the force behind all of creation. It's the power of love. It's multi-streaming channels of love, continuous flows and streams. It's our ability to merge our spirit body with our physical body, energy to matter, and being connected and just knowing that we are divinely connected to our potential, our personal power, the power of love, and subscribing to the laws of the universe's channels, merged with the sacral. The sacral activates 6 months to 2.5 years young. Watch little kids. They speak through their emotions, right? The inner child, our emotional foundation, the moon's home. It's a gravitational pull. And if you haven't subscribed to my musing news yet, the phases of the moon, we're gifted with an emotional foundation. The moon's phases when we're born, we all go through this. So our feelings, our inner child is really connected creation, creativity. So what is it that you're really creating that really lights up your heart, the star that you are, down to your core, your soul, your gift, your purpose? Passion ignites intentions, and grounding those passions with our feelings, giving guidance and directions to our heart's desires, being in the full stream of that. This streams out into the world, and feelings connect to those around us. We can feel it. It's as if the universe is lending out her hand. Curiosity of childlike wonder opens up to new awarenesses, and just being aligned with the universe, streams begin to percolate and vibrate and accelerate. It's kind of like when you put the gas on the car. They accelerate at quantum rates. So feeling your heart center possibly vibrate, this happens inside of us. It's like a ripple in the center of a wave radiating outward. So feelings connect to the waves of others all the time, out into the world, into the future, connected to universal streams, and just expanding out our divine love connection. What ways do you connect to the oneness? Either way, I'm just saying, follow what your heart desires, following what you feel, and go beyond what may appear in front of you. Usually it's the unfamiliar. Have some fun, be creative, happy, self-engaging, and radiating your waves further than ever before. So just a few announcements on the menu. Of course, the Leo new moon is on the highway, so get ready for that. I'm ready to take that to over 2,000 views. Thank you for tuning in on the last one, by the way. And I do have a new podcast episode out. If you do tune into my podcast, I am showing those on YouTube now, so it might be just easier for you to grasp a hold. I do have, I'm just wondering where I put it. Give me a second here. Might be, I'm just checking it out. Great question. Where did I happen to put it? No, I didn't put it up here. It's called The Cowboy Shaman Way. Yep, I didn't. Terry J, The Cowboy Shaman Way. A new season out in my podcast series, by the way. Forgot about that, but it's The Cowboy Shaman Way. You can tune in actually on YouTube if you'd like to. But I do also offer cowrie shell divinations. There I am. Found that one. Cowrie shell divinations. It's one-on-one support. Cowrie shells came from, for myself anyway, came from Burkina Faso. I learned this method, this medicine from Elder Malidoma Somé, just connecting you to your magic, your medicine, and your rituals. And if your soul is at a crossroads, along with online offerings, I do have other online offerings, of course, subtle energies and elementals. I'm also doing in-person divinations at Crohn's Hollow on Thursdays if you happen to live in Salt Lake City, Utah, from noon to 4 p.m. Limited slots are open, obviously, right? And an evening of gift and purpose as well I'll be doing in September at Crohn's Hollow. So be sure to tune in there. And then we have the Energy Body Demystified. If you're new to my show, This is a foundation. It's the healing of ourselves. It's a beginner's journey, setting the stage for that. And then from the energy body demystified, this is probably, I would say there's like 11, I don't want to call them chapters, but they're kind of starting at a foundation and raising you up to your frequency, I guess. And then from here, once you get your foundation settled, we start in Change Your Stars, which is to harness the power of our intuition. The purpose of being the star that we all are. That's what it's all about. A lot of meditations in here. So I believe we are all spiritual, on a spiritual walk of fame, seriously. So it's kind of time to ignite and be the star that we are. So that's kind of where that one comes from. And then after that, we have Uncover Secrets of the Other World. This is just a foundational store for us to get together. And then from there, I dive into Voices of the Other World. I'm on one today, can you tell? Voices of the Other World. So myself, I was early initiated at the age of 7. Of course, I also have the Shamanic Healing Academy for witches, wizards, and seers, and of course, reflectors. So the academy is open for all these different things, especially if you're at a crossroads, you know you have a gift, you're not sure how to put it into action. I have different offerings for that. But again, a foundation is definitely to get you guided and on your way. Now on the elemental highway, I don't know when, what day is it today? So we have a new month. It's a Yang metal monkey of a month. This is a lot of metal energy. This is also the season of the fall. It's the direction of the fall. The monkey and the tiger don't go along. That's kind of the same energy of the yang wood and the yang metal. They're in conflict, but we do have a yang wood. It's a wise tree, yang wood, and a dragon of a day. So this tells me the dragon is a nature dragon, but it's the unrefined month, this yang metal monkey. So our day, the yang wood, is actually clashing with our month. It's kind of, I would say we're a wise, brittle tree. However, we're determined, we're forward thinking, we're initiating great change. We're going against power. So yang metal is power to our nature day. Water's a resource for nature. Water gives sustenance, right? It's a resource. The earth is wet in the dragon. So our ambition is strong, but is it for the right reasons? Is it courageous? People kind of grasping, possibly taking our ideas. We do have healthy resources in the yin water, but it's lonely at the top. Yang wood of all the elements needs every element for survival. It needs the sun to shine, and that is our missing element is fire. We need yin fire. Yin fire for 2 reasons: to warm up our day because it's cold out there, but also for molding the month into a useful tool. Inner fires of passion, heart's desires. So go with your heart's desires, your inner flame. And it's like, what lights up your heart? What's the thing, the dream, something you dreamt about as a child? Initiating that great change. The messages today, though, they are actually coming from the Shadowscape Tarot. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. But first up, I love this deck because it's more of an ethereal Celtic. But for today, the Moon's Day, we have the Queen of Wands. Fire, passions are stirred. The Queen of Wands holding her heart. I'm not sure if you could see the foxes there, but it's feminine energy. The Queen of Hearts, it's a fire element, not afraid to prove her strength, doesn't hide from challenges. It's this strong, focused, independent leader that invokes power. It's the ability to take care of ourselves and maintain a creative vision in facing adversity and achieving our goals, knowing what we want and how to get it. It's the master collaborator. So our gifts and talents, again, it's determination and focusing on our goals. All that metal energy, being both friendly and optimistic, kind of the energy of the day. The yang wood, the Queen of Power, who is ambitious to reach the peak of her career, conquering the world. It really does go with the element of the day and also the month, just being intelligent, able to lead others. It's a message that we are on the peak of our desires to conquer those challenges. So if you're listening and a female, you're kind of carrying an abundance of energy and overcoming those obstacles and balancing the moon's emotions. Cancer, the moon is in Cancer on this Moon's Day. So We're in touch with our feelings, balancing our emotions before we make decisions, judgments, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle, being conscious of keeping our body in shape and gradually improving change. Change is optimistic here. So it's brave, it's smart, it's meeting success, it's a burning desire to succeed. And we all define success differently, right? A lot of people see me as being successful. I don't feel successful, but I'm seen that way. So it's just shedding light on these different avenues that we all have. So following the message there, we've got on Terrific Tuesday, following the Queen of Wands, Talented Tuesday, we have the Ten of Wands. So this is about loving and trusting our heart's desires. Do you need to adjust your boundaries to reach those desires? We kind of have this miniature kingdom, I don't know if you can see it, carried by the goddess of the forest. The prosperity, this abundant life of energy of beings living inside those towers really depends on the nutrients the goddess of the forest is bringing. And I don't know if you can see her, but there's like the sap of life is flowing through the stems, the branches, the leaves. It really is a village she's carrying. So there's these souls singing these melodies. This really does remind me of the Yangwood tree as well. But this is excessive expansion. It's multitasking and letting everything go on for way too long. It's the burden of responsibilities, doing things the hard way. And the 10 is the completion cycle. It's time for manifestations coming into fruition. We're completing a cycle after the struggle and reaping the rewards of our hard labor. Just accomplishing our creative endeavors, a realized dream, a goal. On the opposing side is the consequences of the dream. A lot of hard work, there's more to do, and achieving the goal. Efforts need to be multiplied, more effort, work, even maybe we need to learn something. Maybe we got to study and taking care of our health. It kind of reminds me of the God Atlas, carrying the burdens on our shoulders, the responsibilities. But success is there for the taking. Prosperity, abundance is just around the corner. But what else is curious is this is the day before our new moon. So it's like tidying up before we make our new moon wishes and dreams, right? For the taking. And then following on the new moon visions day on Wednesday, Wizardry Wednesday. It's a peak day for visions and dreams. This is the King of Pentacles, Earth. So we do have an Earth trine, so it's boundaries, manifesting, interweaving, and reality with a character or a plot twist. But the seed is about to sprout. This king is all about things at the same time, all things. He's human, he's part dragon, he's also part tree. So it's like having all of this inside of us tied and bound together. It's the material world, so we've got all these different talents, but it's also the Midas touch, where everything turns to gold. Trusting, tradition, success, and matters relating to money and values and controlling our energy so we can really pursue the bigger goal. Success at work, dreaming big. So whenever we attain something, usually we receive the judgments from others, criticism, right? So just know we've persevered. We've got kindness. Loyalty becomes rewarded. Honesty, that's also a character of metal energy, is honesty. Storytelling, community. So take some time to really nurture your spiritual side as well and kind of tune into that. And then Tuesday, moving right along, Tuesday we have the King of Cups. So have you noticed? We do have a little bit of royalty going on. We've got the kingdoms here. This is emotion. So this is kind of a wise, sympathetic kind of king and patience and just overcoming the unpredictable transformations, knowledge, peaceful, calm waters. Also has the power of Poseidon in the sea with the horses, the seahorses. So this is a protector. The King of Cups is a protector, carrying forward and watching over all of those that are near him, healing our wounds through compassion and care and washing away our burdens, the balance between the yin and the yang, and just knowing that we're supported by a universe. We've got that deep wisdom. Wisdom is coming from his soul, a teacher, a guide devoted to love. So if you're facing challenges, and usually after moons, we kind of feel into things, just know that you can completely control the situation by trying a little harder, But I'd say go with the flow. It's water. What sign is your natal moon in? Kind of with that. And then we finish on Friday with the Eight of Cups. So we've got this infinite abundant, the Eight of Cups on a day before where our heart's desire. We desire to commit to something and actually follow through on it. It's kind of taking responsibility with it. So kind of feeling into spirit, a seeker of truth. There are some things that our eyes can only see when people are expanded in the dark, what we see, possibly another world that may be alien to this reality, what we experience daily to the point of being bored. So it's a message to really dig deep and follow yourself into self-discovery, inner curiosities. You know, you might feel like it's time to give up and let the waves carry you floating upon those currents. Exhaustion begins to dissipate because we're in the flow. Things like change and enlightenment, escape, relocation, possibly a farewell. So it really is a message to really let go of everything, to start over. You may have to leave a relationship, a partnership, a way of life that may be familiar. Maybe you're feeling forced to kind of withdraw, put an end to a love or a friendship or relationship, a partnership. So it's only when we get rid of things that are really hindering us, that's when we can move forward because we make room. So maybe we've exceeded our limit. Maybe we've become emotionally exhausted. Maybe we've tried our best and you have no energy to actually move towards or forward. And maybe you feel like giving up, or maybe you really give too much and you're not being reciprocated. So it's time for a conversation. Maybe you're ready to try new things. Maybe you're not satisfied with your current life. Leaving the familiar things to really improve on the things that are hidden. What can one do to bring satisfaction, joy to our lives, apart from the usual things, usually related to money or the material world? So if you're looking for the true meaning of life, focus on finding out where you are, where you want to get rid of the chaos of life and pursue a higher spiritual goal, ready to give way the chalice, the material cup of wealth, in exchange for something more meaningful, more heartfelt. This often is a message more of reflection, reflecting the beginning of a journey of discovery, especially the spiritual aspect, and just knowing that we have a new month elementally. It's a month to bring in fire, yin fire, to create. Use spirit as the flame. Young metal really does need yin fire to forge it into something useful. So take some time to reflect on those new moon wishes. What do you really wish for with a new moon in the season of the heart? What ignites your passions? What stirs your desires? And we all manifest differently. We all value uniquely. So be open this week to the unlimited, endless, unfamiliar possibilities, expecting the unexpected. I call it the element of surprise. And I would just affirm that I am receiving the dream vision that illuminates my divine heart. So with that, Ashe, and as always, I'll see you on the other side. Blessings.
To it. So those are the only two things that I won't do, but I love animal communication. I specialize in horses, and on top of that, even barrel horses. I have a lot of professional barrel racers that are my clients that go to the National Finals Rodeo every year. And I love talking with dogs and cats, and I even find lost pets. So I just pretty much cover the gambit. One of the other things that I love doing is medical and veterinary intuition. And I'm able to see things and feel things. I don't diagnose, I don't prescribe, but I can tell you what I feel. And the information's been really helpful for people, that have like a competition horse that they're trying to get back going again. And even just for, backyard horses that are having problems. So I love doing that. And I love helping people find the issues in the tissues, the emotional cause of their dis-ease. And then I've got techniques they can use to release it and heal themselves. It's great.